deep in an underground secret Pacific Island lair, Pop Culture Minefield presents Saturday Morning Funtime. This is the Comic Relief Crusader telling you to get your morning cereal ready, because here we go.
So here we are. It is Saturday morning, and Keith is actually online. He's over with Brandon right now, still over on the Anime Guide channel. I was over there and then had to split over, start the show here, but I told him take time getting over here. Brandon will come over too. We'll see them shortly. There is another person here. Ricardo Montalban is here. And Ricardo, what kind of leather is that you have in your car? No? Nothing?
He might still be getting his coffee.
Yeah, I bet he is.
Has nothing to say to you, Gary.
Khan! What's your favorite kind of leather?
I have so many things to say to you, Kirk. You ruined my life. And now I will ruin yours.
Ruin yours. There you go. I wish to go on causing you pain. Anyway.
I will get George Takei.
Oh my. So it's Saturday morning, guys. It's been, it's been a fun morning. I was over on the Anime Guys channel with Brandon, and Keith showed up last minute. That fucker was having all kinds of trouble with Melon. It's the software is fucking with poor Keith. He's like, so if we switch over to Melon from StreamYard, Keith's gonna have, he's already late all the time anyway, so it's just like we'll be lucky if we ever get Keith on at all ever again.
No, Keith is a wizard. He's never late. He shows precisely when he means to, which is late.
And let's see who's all in the chat here. We got now. What's really cool, by the way, I'm over on Brandon's channel. I look in the chat and I know 99.9% of everybody because they're always on our show. And I'm like, oh shit. I like that. I enjoy that. We all have the same, friends, same audience, the same group of people that give a shit what we're saying, And I love it too because, when I'm over with Tom and 32 Flavors of Nick Weiser, so many of you guys show up there, and I just get so tickled by that. I have no idea why I'm so tickled by it. It's just I really have a great love for you guys. There's this great connection. It's it's why I started doing those morning shows on Monday through Fridays, just so I can hang out with you guys. But good morning, Dr. Dragon. Good morning, Marshall. How are you doing, my friend? Now, you were invited to be here, so I don't know why you're not on the show. Socks Bulletins, how are you, my friend? I guess you saw that I did post over on your Facebook group. So let's see. I always post over there on his group. I like his group. We got our good friend Dust Wolfen, who is also on the show next to me. And if you were unaware, and I always want to make sure that I'm absolutely clear with everybody.
Before we begin, would you like to touch my monkey?
There you go. John, that's for you. This guy. This guy. I look like I'm doing a 60s dance. Remember that one? Hitchhiker?
You're just trying to pick us up, Gary. You're just using this as a dating pool.
Yeah, sure. Dork Knight's been invited here, but he's in the chat. Look at that. There he is in the chat. Joining the panel, but it's Clash at the Castle time. Gotcha. And of course, his mother is here. Good morning, Penny. Let's see. Alatar is here. Good morning. And that's all we see so far in the chat. That's all I'm seeing.
No, La Adelita is here too.
I don't see La Adelita.
I do.
I'm looking.
So Socks Bulletins.
Yeah, I said hi to Socks.
Oh.
And I was curious if he came over because I posted in his group or if he had already seen the thing. And for those of you who haven't seen, I absolutely went off today on every single Hollywood tabloid magazine. I went off on The Wrap. I tagged them all. I'm like, you are the worst excuse for fucking journalism. Journalism is dead, especially in entertainment media. You guys have no integrity whatsoever. You all dip into the same ink pool for your fucking bullshit comments like troll, review, bomb. You know, you guys are just pathetic. You know, you're okay when it's all positive reviews. You don't say a fucking thing, but the minute there's a negative review and it gets really big, you call troll, review, bomb. Fuck Hollywood. Fuck Hollywood Entertainment. Fuck Bezos. Fuck all of them. I'm just in one of those moods today with those motherfuckers. Fuck them all. And of course, my favorite way to say that is fuck you and the horse you rode in on. And the horse in this case is Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power. And that's Bezos riding in on that horse. And I agree. There are certain people that said this morning that they believe that many of these response articles that we're seeing were already pre-written. And I have no doubt they were pre-written because they knew this was going to happen.
After the Super Bowl trailer, they had to know. I mean,
Fuck yeah.
they had that. They had
The
that
response was
page
so bad. Mm-hmm.
and they had the Super Bowl, and then they went dead silent. If they thought it was going to be a hit, they would have kept throwing ads out, but they went dead silent, prepped, and then pissed on you and told you it was rain.
Yeah. Look, man, fuck Hollywood. You know, I never had a problem because we were talking about this yesterday. I said, you know, Hollywood has always been left of center. Always. Even when you had good conservative value films, a majority of Hollywood has always been kind of left-leaning. It's okay. It's when they go so far fucking left that you can't even see them anymore. They have been that far. They're out of sight. And then all of a sudden these movies and TV shows start showing up. And you're like, what the fuck were you thinking? I mean, you really thought people in middle America was going to fucking watch your show? Because they know that's where their money comes from. They don't get all their money from the East Coast or West Coast left-thinking people. They get a bulk of their fucking money from middle America.
If you look at the buying
Bad marketing
habits, I'd say the left-wing people don't really buy anything that they claim that they want. They just like saying, see, that's nice and progressive. Are you going to spend any money? Fuck no. I got to pay for Starbucks.
Yeah, I figured it was going to get delayed, Bill. I didn't even bother looking at it today because we're probably going to see a series of delays. You know, basically NASA has become very, very fucking cautious. Ever since the last shuttle disaster, we don't want blood on our hands ever again. That almost brought NASA down. If you didn't know that, go back and read what happened at NASA. There were just so many people lost after that incident, the last one. And it's like, we can't have this happen again. And what's funny is Artemis isn't even a manned fucking mission. It's just, I think in this case, it's because I think the payload on this was priced at somewhere is at 2 or 3.5 billion, something like that. I have to go back and look, but it's an expensive payload.
Yeah, it's the vehicle that we're going to go back to the moon in. So they want to make sure they get it right. Yeah.
What's going up right now, as I recall, the payload is supplies for them to build a lot of the stuff they're going to need, the habitat, everything. So good morning, Anima. Good morning, Bill Barkley. Good to see you, my friend. War Monkey, you're over here now.
I love
War Monkey was over on Brandon's show.
I love how man learned to walk on the moon and then completely fucking forgot how to. And now it's like, how do we walk on the moon again?
I mean, we've got...
Oh, hold on, guys. Oh, wait. I just had it. There it is. Boo. 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 It's Lauren sitting right over here. Sure up, boo. It didn't
we have the power. We have 100 times the power of computing of the entire space program that, you know, up to Apollo, in our pockets, and we can't figure out how to get back because they lost the plans for a lot of this stuff. It got overwritten.
Well, I got to tell you one thing, dude. They didn't lose that much. I mean, Jesus Christ. You know, the computer that they used for doing the lunar landings is nothing, has the same amount of technology as what you get in your basic 1980s Texas Instrument 10-key calculator. That's all it was.
4 kilobytes of RAM.
Yep. So it's inexcusable that we didn't go back to the moon. It really is. It's shameful that we never went back. But then again,
don't like it.
Don Ecker says, who says we really didn't? Publicly, of course. He's saying that I do believe that it is possible the military definitely has stuff on the moon, but we don't know. And if they're doing it, they're going to do it on the opposite side that doesn't touch us, or, you know, that we ever see, because you would be able to see habitats and stuff like that with your better telescopes of today. Well, since the 80s. And there was that goofy astronaut who said we lost the technology. Yeah, I can't. Who the fuck was that? Was that Buzz that said that? I was hoping you guys might respond, but okay.
Well, I'm thinking. I'm trying to remember.
That was a while ago. So
It was. I'm going to go look it up real quick. Astronaut who said we lost the tech to go to the moon.
I'm old. Sometimes it takes a minute to get the hamsters running.
Yeah, it was Don. It was Don Pettit. Don Pettit back in 18. That's who said it. Don Pettit. Okay.
It's amazing that this is so important. It's like, oh, that moon landing, tape over it. Those plans for the rockets.
I swear to God, Six is just
those?
fucking shitting all over me this morning in the chat. You guys, I'm sure all of you have fucking read some of the shit Six has said to me this morning in the private chat.
Not just
She
read,
writes,
relished, enjoyed.
yeah, here we go. Six says, if I click on that, are you going to be sitting there with your dick in your hand again? I said, no promises. And then Marshall says, Six, if you give him 38 seconds, to which I replied, 38 seconds, what? You want me to do it twice? And then, of course, I put the link. And then Six says, I need a shower first, but I'll be there. I'll probably need a shower afterward, too.
Hey, they, backdoor Gary for a reason. Some girls are into that.
Yeah. AF Watcher, good morning. Small Time Republic, how are you doing? Love to see almost everybody's here. We've been averaging, we're getting up there to where we're getting around 30 people during a show, and I like it that way. I like having that consistency because it helps us with the algorithm. And we end up being total views for a show between 150 and 200. We're right where Midnight's Edge was when we started watching Midnight's Edge. And I like that. I'm very proud that in 3 years we've gotten where they were when we first met them. So, by the way, Gary, I read that post you put on Facebook.
Gary, we'll know we've made it when people are suddenly getting mysteriously unsubscribed and people are just disappearing, or like, I was paying, I had a membership and suddenly it stopped. That's when you've made it.
Good morning. Good morning. 30 is a good Saturday number. There we go. But anyway, we are absolutely waiting for Keith now, because there are a lot of things I wanted to go over, but I want to wait for Keith. I don't know if is Brandon still streaming? Does anybody know? Let me go look.
Possibly. Let's see. I unfortunately start watching Rings of Power. Want me to go over that real quick while we wait?
Yeah, sure, man. Let's get into it.
So, and this was covered with Talking with Latino Slant and Tom yesterday. I made it about 25 minutes before I gave up because the entire thing was just nothing of any substance was happening. Like, had maybe 5 minutes of story that actually happened throughout the entire thing, and it's stuff you already know. The beginning of the episode, Galadriel talks in, they're doing the monologue, the same thing as the start of the Peter Jackson films, and she talks about, it's like, oh, in the beginning things were so innocent and there was no evil, and then the first thing that does, all these kids pick on her. Like, she builds this little bow and it's supposed to be this beautiful thing, and then just one of them's like tossing stones and literally destroys it. I'm like, yeah, sure. It's like there was no evil except for all these shitty kids.
Yeah, that's. I ended up watching both episodes, so.
Oh, my sympathies. So after that, they have like a quick thing where she's giving the oversaying, and they do what feels like a copying of the opening file of Lord of the Rings, but a lot worse done. I mean, that's where you have the shot where like all the helmets are being stacked. There is the one good thing I saw in it, which is this very brief CGI bit. None of the actors are involved, but there's this very nicely done little vista where it's showing Sauron standing with all of his orcs. It's actually like well composed and looks nice.
Oh my God, that's what I see in you. I'm in my mind, in front of these actors and saying the best part of your show is when you're not in them.
When the actors are not on screen,
Yeah,
the series improves.
Yeah, the acting's probably the worst part of it.
tell me, does Galadriel get catcall
What's
and
up?
suffers from it?
No, Galadriel gets has men question her, which is a far more grievous offense in this entire series.
I forgot who said it, but they said Galadriel is a combination of a Mary Sue and a Karen.
Grace Randolph.
Was that really Grace?
Of all people.
Yeah, Grace Randolph. I've
Okay.
come up with a name for it, for this phenomenon with it. She is a Karen Sue.
Makes sense.
It's when a Mary Sue and a Karen Dragon Ball Z fusion into the utterly intolerable human being. Because the Mary Sue is always a young girl. So
I don't
Karen
know if
Sue is the Mary
Yeah.
Sue that has grown up and has become a Karen.
I don't know if you saw it, but did you see the fight with the ice troll?
Yeah. And I dislike that, not even just the matter that they do the whole, oh, Galadriel solos it, but these are supposed to be her elite forces that are trying to hunt down Sauron. And they're not competent elves at all. Remember, like, the first Lord of the Rings movie, and they talk about, like, how good the hearing of elves are and their senses and everything else? They get a cave troll sneaks up on them, basically. Well, it's an ice troll, but it's this big, huge, hulking mess that you can easily hear. So, like, if it was a normal human, I'd understand. But this cave troll...
I'm confused. Why do they like trolls in the show, but the show hates trolls outside the show?
Because they get to kill the trolls in the show.
Oh, that's it. Okay, thanks, Shanatsky.
But no, from what we talked about before, how this thing basically steals from other stuff, they basically stole the part in the first Lord of the Rings movie when they're on the mountain and there's all that ice culling in on them, and then they go in and they fight like the big cave troll. Only it's a lot worse done because Galadriel's men are incompetent, which begs the question of why are they even there? They don't actually add anything other than tell Galadriel to go home, but like, why is she even listening to them when she's not listening to them in the first place? So her, like, men abandoning her and her suddenly just giving up makes no sense from her prior characterization. Like, if she actually was relying on her men and there was that tension going on, and it was actually showed they were competent, Like Galadriel nearly was killed by the cave troll. And then, her men managed to save her from it. It was like, listen, we have to stop because you're going to get killed. And she's didn't think she was strong enough to go on her own. But they did the Mary Sue thing. So she souls the troll. So I wonder why she even needs these men in the first place. Why does she even go home? If this is so important from their prior characterization.
Not just solos the troll, she drops it in seconds.
Yeah.
A couple of flips and a couple of swipes, and it's dead.
And then stabs him one more time just for fun.
In the head.
That's because she's so fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Or as
I'm
David
also
Spade would
annoyed.
say, she's amazing.
I'm also annoyed because, and this is my particular nitpick as someone who's actually done traveling and camping in cold weather, they're wearing their metallic armor in sub-zero temperatures. I'm presuming it's mithril.
It's fine. It's not metal. It's rubber.
Yeah. They're wearing that in sub-zero temperatures. Like, I could see, like, if a battle is going on, but they're running through the ice. It's implying that they're just constantly moving. I get that they're elves, but even then, their shelter is very badly designed and done. And these are elves. They're supposed to be several thousands of years old. I mean they're basically angels.
Can we talk about the elves now that you actually mentioned them? Like, I remember the elves from the movies. You had Kate Blanchett, a beautiful woman. You had Liv Tyler, a beautiful woman. Hugo Weaving may not be the best looking man in the world, but he has the presence. But the elves in this show, could they find more uglier actors to basically be the elves?
Well, let's see. We got Doogie Elron.
Like, I'm not getting the
Galadriel, I swear to God, man. I'm reminded of that scene in Austin Powers when he's, the second movie or third movie when he's at the go-go place, dancing, and grabs that one woman and pulls the wig off and goes, "She's a man." That's Galadriel.
That was actually the first Austin Powers movie. It punches the person out, and it's like, it's a man, baby. And then later on, he runs across the intelligence officer's
the mother.
And then starts beating her up because, like, that's not your mother. It's a man, baby. And it's like, no, it is.
And that's the actor who's playing Galadriel. It's like that, and they're trying to tell us somehow that this is actually some sort of prequel to the films, The Lord of the Rings. It's like,
no way.
Well, first of all, then you need to cast someone who's graceful, beautiful, and fucking would age gracefully, like Kate Blanchett. That thing with the fucking scowls, just very mannish.
Like, if it was a more capable set of writers, I would buy into the story. Okay, this is set centuries before the movies, so the Galadriel that we know in the movies is the one that's going to happen throughout the show. But since the writers are basically bottom draw, or whatever you want to call them, I'm not going to buy it. I don't care how many scenes they did. They might try. They will probably actually try to blend, Kate Blanchett and Morgan Clark, whatever she's called, but I don't think it's gonna work.
Yeah, and I'm gonna throw this up again.
Exactly.
Jeff Bezos' son told him, "Don't fuck up Rings of Power."
See, that's another one. That's
had one job, Jeff Bezos.
The king's like Balky from Perfect Strangers.
Oh my God, where did you remember Balky? Jesus Christ!
Don't be ridiculous.
Don't be ridiculous, because Larry Appleton. Yes.
And then the whole thing is like,
was in the house.
It's like, oh, here's all these honors. Now we're gonna kill you off and send you to heaven.
Yeah.
It's like Heaven's Gate. It isn't a real. I mean, that's not how that works.
Yeah.
The whole thing about going to the West is that's supposed to be a reward at the end. The elves at the end of their life go do that, not these young.
That's basically the same thing that they do in the movies, right? When Frodo and everybody else at the end joins them, like they go into the immortal lands or whatever.
Yeah, but that's after they've lived their lives.
Yeah,
it isn't young elves who's just a few, a few decades or a few hundred years old.
Well, she jumped off the ship anyway, so
in the middle of the fucking
In the middle of
ocean.
the fucking ocean, yeah. I mean, whatever. Okay, whatever.
Here's the thing of it. It's second age. Galadriel's already thousands of years old at this point. Whatever adolescent stuff she had going on during the first age is long done by now.
Apparently not.
Also, and this will sound kind of paradoxical, in essence, with what they've done, they've actually made her weaker, because Galadriel doesn't need a sword to be powerful.
Mhm.
She's a mage.
She doesn't need armor to be powerful. She is pure, unadulterated, like she's like, Star Wars term. She's like a master Jedi. She doesn't necessarily need a lightsaber. She's more in Yoda line than Luke Skywalker.
She's
If
supposed
anything,
to
she
wield
should just be able to look at a cave troll and it to be so odd in her, it just either scowls away because of how the purity of her light, or it just has a seizure or something like that, or it gets blinded and then her men kills it. There are so many better ways that you could depict that this is a very powerful person, especially on a spiritual level.
Yes.
She wields the high magics.
Yeah.
That's why her and Gandalf are, especially after Gandalf comes back as Gandalf the White.
Gandalf the White, yeah.
And is that supposed to be Gandalf?
Apparently, yes. From what I got, Nerdrotic did a video. I only watched half an hour, but he said, yes, this is Gandalf, but he does not speak in the first 2 episodes. I don't know. I guess it's supposed to be him, but we'll see.
Because mystery box, because they think the audience is stupid. Going,
Also,
who could this powerful sun spellcaster be?
Yeah.
And then,
also,
oh my god, it was Gandalf.
Galadriel as a military commander, I'm sorry, she just sucks. She has basically no care for any of her men. I know why, basically because she's written that way.
Well,
but
she represents the audience. We don't care, so she doesn't care. I want to welcome to the show my good friend Nathan Cheever. Nathan, if you want to come on the show, hit me up. I'll send you the invite, dude. Good morning, Keely Chow. Good to see you. And of course, our other monkey friend, Monkey Jibus. Thank you. Come again. Thanks for being here, my friend. Good to see you. Although he said he has to go in 20 minutes, go deliver some pizzas.
Aww.
I guess that's his second job.
Oh god, man! Now I'm just thinking about how things could have been. Imagine if the cave troll
Gap's here too.
start charging through. Light goes out, and she just is enchanting a spell, and the cave troll's trying to push, but just can't get through. And it's like, foul creature, go back to that darkness from whence thine came and never return.
Yeah, that's
and
how
it
should
just
have happened.
fucking runs.
And then the whole
Wait, what did Gap say? I watched Fellowship of the Rings on HBO Max. At the same time, Rings of MaxiPad premiered.
That's a really painful maxi pad.
And my buddy Nathan says execs need to stop bending a franchise into a new show. Just make a new show instead of Rings, Resident Evil, Star Trek Discovery, etc. Less volatile and more open minds.
Yeah,
And-
I agree.
I wish. The problem is the reason they do these things in the first place is because we know these IPs. It has the name recognition, which is what they're relying on to get people into watching these things.
I'm trying to figure out which one's worse, Rings of Power or Wheel of Time.
I think they're both equally bad and evil. They're what we refer to as neutral evil. Both shows, neutral evil.
Yeah.
It's sort of like, how do you mean it's neutral? I mean that it's boring and not well done.
Let's see. I think potentially Wheel of Time is more insulting just because at the very least, it's not messing with that original story. Like they're doing this supplemental side backstory thing that you could ignore. But imagine if the original movies they did were in this style and this much changing.
Yeah.
Because they already screwed up Wheel of Time because, Wheel of Time is all about, everything comes in twos. Well, man and woman. Needless to say, that's offensive now to certain people.
Yeah, Discovery is in a category of its own, basically. But yeah,
Well, there's a
Discovery.
reason why Discovery's initials are STD.
Exactly. Like, no. That show must be like a tax write-off or some money laundering scheme or something. Like, how did that show get 5 seasons? Is beyond me.
It's the doubling down thing. We were talking about it yesterday, Keith and I. It's like,
Oh yeah.
some of these guys. This is why Alex Kurtzman needs to be scared when that young guy threatened him with an audit.
With an audit,
because in this given situation, I'm trying to find a lawyer to come on our show to back up some of the things that I talk about, which is that if they are found in breach of contract of wasting money, actually busted within the company, that could be perceived legally as embezzlement.
Yep.
And they could find themselves in serious legal trouble, not just owing that money back, but possibly facing jail time.
And if there's any improprieties, like maybe they covered a trip or something, or that they covered expenses that aren't technically movie expenses.
The other thing I'm trying to figure out with this series, where the hell did all the money go? Because it's like, what, $38 million an episode? That's more expensive than several movies.
It's either going to be visual effects or that and production, which includes sets and costumes.
Catering, drinking, and eating.
Yeah, that's more likely.
Yeah,
because with the exception of one set of armor I've seen, well, it's actually more than one set. It's one set for one group of people.
The Rangers,
the Rangers armor.
I was reading that. Hold on.
I actually don't like Sphere Hunter just because she's kind of become a Sony shill, like hardcore.
I don't know what Barry Burton is. Do you guys know what that is?
Barry Burton, he's the old guy. You've played Resident Evil 1, right, Gary?
Yeah.
Remember you saying that? Yeah. Remember the guy who had the Magnum? It was the
right. That was his name?
Yeah, that's Barry.
Oh, okay. So, are they saying the Resident Evil? I recommend checking out the channel Sphere Hunter. What is Sphere Hunter?
It's a YouTube channel. She reviews video games mainly.
Okay. All right. Yeah. AF Watcher, I will. And by the way, good morning, AF Watcher. I'll check that out. I'm going to go look it up now. Sphere Hunter.
Oh, it's not just the second season, Bill. It's actually 5 seasons.
It's not going to make it. They'll cut it off before then.
Yeah. By the way, did they allow reviews on Amazon, or are they still off?
No, it is.
I think another 2 days.
Nice.
Because trolls.
Yeah. And on IMDb, it was at 6.2 or 6.5 the last I checked.
Well, I guarantee you, after what I said in tagging every single Hollywood magazine today, I insulted them. I called them fucking pointless.
Oh, yeah, I saw.
I called them shills. I called them liars for dipping into the same ink pool, and saying the same thing. I said, you ignore when there's a sudden bombing of fucking positive reviews. But, oh, boy, when it's a negative one, you pull out the words trolls and review bomb and throw them together. I said, you guys are so fucking obvious. I said, the only people who buy your bullshit are people that live on the left and right coasts. The people in the middle of the United States, 90% of us don't fucking buy your bullshit. We see through it. We're smarter than you.
If it's a show they don't like and they get positive review bombs, they call that out.
Yeah.
No, I'm just telling you, man. If they call it out, they're happy. They're cheering this on. Look at what happened here. But if it's negative, all of a sudden it's clearly this dissatisfied customers are trolls. Dissatisfied customers are trolls. They support the concept of a bad consumer. That is what Hollywood shill reporters, journalists, and all these studios want, are bad consumers. If you're a good consumer and consider what you just spent your fucking money on having been wasted, oh, you're a troll.
Real quick, AF, though. No, you do not want Cabin in the Woods used as a basis for any horror movie, because Cabin in the Woods is a subversion of everything. It's everything I hate about modern Hollywood.
This is what we talk about. And once again, look, you can only use the fucking idea of the secret box or whatever JJ calls that shit.
Mystery
One
box.
time. Mystery box. Because once you've used it, people expect it. So he keeps doing it, and he keeps doing it. And what's happened every single time? It failed. It fails and fails and fails. To be honest with you, the mystery box is a really bad device. It's a terrible device.
And he uses it every time. If you go back and
fucking thing.
If you go back and look at the script that he wrote for his Superman movie called Superman Flyby, that's the mystery box twist at the end of it. Oh my God! I mean,
isn't Elias?
Oh shit! Keith is here.
Season after season of Mystery Box, isn't it? Like the 5 seasons of that show, isn't it all Mystery Box? Elias.
Everything he does. See, that's the big twist. Everybody just assumed that that was the only thing about Lost. No, it's everything he does.
And the funny thing about Lost, just to is they figured out the mystery box. The fans did. And then the writers are like, oh, no, that's not what it is. It was. We find out later. That was exactly what it was, and they changed it. And they changed it in a way that didn't fucking work.
Yep.
No, I love boxes. If we're talking the same language, my friend.
Boxes are good. Boxes are real good.
Just telling you, man. I like getting into a box, man.
The boxes it's all about how you unlock the box.
Hey, good 80s song, Living in a Box.
I don't think we're talking about the same box, though. That song.
The box I'm talking about, it's also nicknamed the fruit cage. That's what I'm saying. Open up your fruit cage.
Anyway.
Really? Is that how it goes? And that's what it means? Good Lord, where the hell was I?
But, shut up, Brandon.
Yeah, I was like,
you and your G-rated shows.
My G-rated shows. I'm your boy Kong Ming here, and I'm gonna lay some raps down on your ass. Because I am the tactician from old China.
But real quick on the whole Resident Evil thing. The way to adapt Resident Evil, look at John Carpenter. In particular, stuff like Big Trouble in Little China and The Thing. That is how you adapt Resident Evil, because Resident Evil at its core is pulp. It's something that you have to take seriously enough. You can't make fun of it. You have to embrace certain aspects of cheese about it, and then it becomes awesome.
The thing about Big Trouble in Little China is I would not mind getting my hands on the original screenplay and for somebody to adapt what it originally was.
The Old West.
And I forget what was the tie-in. What was the tie-in? Because I forget the tie-in to what's it? The Buckaroo Banzai. Because there was originally a tie-in to that.
The guy wrote some novels. I do know that.
I think the tie was the villain was somehow tied to.
Was that it?
Was somehow tied to the main villain of
Lopan.
Lopan was the
David. Oh, you were thinking of his name? Yeah, it's David Lopan.
Yeah,
I didn't know that was what you were looking for.
Yeah. So that was the key. David Lopan was the key between both Buckaroo Banzai and Big Trouble in Little China.
Well, couldn't you take that original script that's in the Old West and do it as a prequel?
Probably. You could. I mean, I like both, but I actually kind of like the original.
I'll see you later, Dennis.
For Big Trouble in Little China, a little more than I do the modern take, because I can actually see all of that. I mean, it makes even more sense when you realize that, like with Planet of the Apes, it was just easier to do it a little easier with the stuff that you had around you, because it cost money to change it, to make it like it originally was conceived, because both Planet of the Apes and Big Trouble in Little China required you to do something different, so.
Yeah. And there's this wonderful area of the imagination. It's kind of one of the problems with American filmmaking is the obsession with everything having to be, was it realistic? Even like things that aren't. Like the more realistic they try to make James Bond into, the more unbelievable it becomes because James Bond was never realistic in the first place.
Well, here's the thing. Everything that we have as far as human imagination, a lot of the stuff that we have is mainly out of the vein of fantasy. Fantasy, out of all of the great areas of entertainment, is the one that has been around the longest. From the earliest days of humans all the way to now, fantasy is where we're at. That's always been it. Science fiction of the two is the newer of the two.
Here you go, guys. Here you go, guys.
You can feel the wind is rising.
Yeah, it's John Carpenter singing.
Mm-hmm. Now the truth is here.
The darkness coming, baby, all the things you feel.
You better run.
We better run. Run through the mystic night. Run.
We're probably going to get ganked on this.
Oh, yeah.
Take us away. Take us away. Take us away.
Big trouble.
Little China.
I fucking love that movie, dude.
Just blame John if you get
Fucking
ganked.
love that film.
Once.
Yeah, we'll see.
Once. And I'm not controlling this
yeah.
one.
Okay, then we'll blame Martin. Oh,
But
Martin,
but going back into it, Pulp. I mean, all of our superheroes spawned from Pulp. The whole, Batman style Masked Avenger. That's the Shadow. In fact, they ripped off the Shadow for the first Batman story.
Yep. By the way, I'm getting nervous here. The monkeys are communicating with one another in our chat.
Hey,
The monkeys.
Look, man,
walking down
I've
the
seen
street.
Planet of the Apes, dude. That's how this shit starts.
it's the start of the rebellion.
Yeah.
No. It's the apes we have to worry about talking with one another. The monkeys never organized.
So,
No, but even in case in point, the original Planet of the Apes, are those realistic apes? No.
No.
But
it's fascinating what they did and how they pulled it off.
Yeah.
Well,
You can just an imagination that this is an ape that evolved and changed differently and has a more humanoid form. We can accept that. That's one of the beauties of imagination, is that this particular thing is now true. And how's the world with that particular thing being true?
That's true, Brandon. That is so true what you just said.
Yep.
I'm not Brandon.
You're Shinatsky, and I'm Kong Ming down here, but that is so very true. Only in the 80s.
I wasn't referring to you, Shinatsky. I was talking about what he posted in the chat.
Yeah.
Oh.
That he said that only in the 80s could nerds become rock stars.
Devo.
Yep.
Front 242. Yeah, although the 80s was the only time that they could do it.
Yep.
So, yeah. How was everyone today?
We're okay until you started talking.
Oh, dude.
Well, in that case, I'll just have to do this.
Brandon's not home right now. Please leave a message after that.
Hey,
That's right. Let's do that again. Do that again.
Which one?
Go ahead,
Brandon's
Shinovsky.
not home now. Please leave a message after the.
There we go. We did a promo for Extremicon that's going to be on September 17th and 18th of this year, just a couple of weeks, and Keith and I are going to be guests there. And I actually bleeped a word that I didn't actually say something nasty. I just did it because I thought it would be funny to bleep a word. And it just sounds like I'm saying the word fucking, and I didn't.
Or hell, going back to Pulp, to me, one of the best pulpish type movies is actually Ghostbusters. I mean, if you remove the comedy, it still works as like a pulp style movie because Catching Ghosts is definitely very pulp.
Oh, for whoever just said that in the chat, here you go.
Remember, Sally, when I promised to kill you last?
That's right, Major. You did.
I lied.
Where's Matrix? I had to let him go.
I miss that version of Arnold. I miss that version of Arnold so much.
Yep.
Remember when I told you I didn't have an extramarital affair with a maid? I lied.
I lied.
Run! Go! Get to the chopper!
You know the irony of that clip. You want to know the irony of that entire film is that's around the time that he got married. he and Maria tied the knot.
I mean,
I want to
anything,
marry Kennedy.
Arnold is a victim of his own success because ultimately that's what led to his downfall with it. It's that, hey, I'm going to go to America and I'm going to be a bodybuilding champion. Yeah, right. Well, I did that. Now I'm become a movie star. Okay.
Shut up!
Actually, you're skipping a step. You're skipping a step there. Arnold came to this country. He was a trainer, but he also went to school. He graduated, and he became a landowner. He got into real estate early. He was smart.
Yeah, and he was told to change his accent, to go into training, to learn how to lose his accent. And he was like, no, I'm going to keep it. I'm going to keep it. It's going to be huge. That is going to be one of the selling points of me. And it is.
It is.
It is. It's what people love about him. And, and it's
then,
so funny because he could have lost that accent.
Yep. It was one of the
after
things.
He becomes a movie star, he decides, I'm going to marry a Kennedy. Everyone's going, yeah, sure. And then think about everything he did, people might have been against him, but he did it anyways, and he kept winning. So when it came time to, I kind of want to fuck the maid. No one's there to tell him no, and even if they had, it would be like, no, everything else I did worked out. So
you don't say no to the Terminator. Come on. No.
He was governor. He was president of California by then.
Well,
the thing that I find fascinating about him is, he did all of that with that fucking gap between his teeth. And I love that. And then I hated it when he fixed it because I felt like he lost something because he had that gap and it made people like with the gap between the teeth, like Terry Thomas. Fucking love Terry Thomas, man. You remember? Any guys remember that guy?
Yeah, I remember Terry Thomas.
Yeah, Terry Thomas, man.
Great character actor.
Yeah, it's like imagine Harrison Ford getting rid of the scar. It's part of the Harrison Ford package.
Yeah, exactly. And here I'm going to open this image up. Open image in new tab. There we go. And I'm going to share it. Terry Thomas, you'll be surprised when you see his face. You go, oh, I've seen him. He was a great character actor from the 50s and 60s. Came to America and became a star. He was breaking even. And then sadly, he had a very sad death. Was broke. He suffered, I think, from a form of dementia. That's all I remember. There we go. That's Terry Thomas. Look at that. That guy was fucking great. Hilarious actor.
There's quite a few British actors that came to America, and a few of them even lost their accents to the point where people actually thought they were actually from here.
And some even exaggerated, and it wasn't English, just English, but people from the UK, the British Isles. And from Ireland, you had an actor by the name of Barry Fitzgerald, who was well known for being in so many Bells of St. Mary's, Bing Crosby, to the Quiet Man with John Wayne. And his accent is actually the Limerick accent. He's from Limerick. and he really went over with it. Oh, he would really overemphasize. Well, let me tell you something. He would talk like that, and it overemphasized his Irish accent, but it made him a star.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's even in the best known version of what did they end up calling? And then there were none is one version. 10 Little Indians.
Yeah, 10 Little. Yeah. 10 Little. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
Agatha Christie.
Agatha Christie story of when they go to the island, and they changed it in that film because the girl and the guy who fall in love survive. But in fact, the Agatha Christie story has a dark ending. Everyone dies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because even the person that had a chance to survive is a bad person and needed to die too. It was just wow. In fact, the latest BBC miniseries version of that was really good. If anybody saw it, it was actually really good. They adapted it exactly from the book. And best adaptation of that one I've ever seen. There was a good one that came out when you and I were kids, Keith, that had Oliver Reed in it. And it takes place in the Middle East at an abandoned hotel in the middle of the desert. And it's really a good one.
Yeah.
You remember it? Do you remember it?
Barely.
Yeah, it's I have them. I have every single adaptation of that fucking book because it's one of my favorite books.
You know, another person was Archibald Alec Leach, who was very successful in this country.
Yes, and he even used his name in a movie.
Mm-hmm.
When the sheriff approaches him in the movie, his girl Friday, he says, "Oh, you just can't make a man disappear." And he turns and he says, "I did it to Archie Leach."
Nice.
It's Cary Grant.
Cary
That's
Grant
Cary
said
Grant's
it
real name
on camera. Absolutely, because that was a fast-paced comedy. Because what's his name? Winchester Films, the guy that owned Winchester Films, the director. He directed The Thing when they fired Christian Nyby.
Mm-hmm.
He directed that film, and he was known for doing that, doing not just quick dialogue, but overlapping dialogue. Somebody will say something, and the other person starts talking over them, and it's done that way on purpose, because then you have to go back because you miss so many jokes. There are so many jokes in his films that just get missed because they're overlapping each other.
Another good person is Leslie Towns. Leslie Towns Hope. AKA
Bob Hope.
And Ramsey.
No, most people don't know. He's not even born in America. He's an American citizen, but he was born in Britain.
Etam, London.
Yep. So yeah. What do you got, a fucking book in front of you, you son of a bitch?
Maybe.
Cheating bastard.
Maybe.
I rely on my memory, you fucker, cheating on me.
Hey, look, ever since I found out who Marion Morrison actually was, come on.
Marion Michael Morrison, that's right.
My distant cousin.
Yep, John Wayne.
No, but Anne Ramsey is an example of someone that had something messed them up that actually improved their career. Because she's, if you've seen Goonies, she's the mama.
Yeah.
She had throat cancer. And she thought, and her voice came out like that, and she thought her career was over. And in fact, it's what exploded her into getting all these things, because she could just be this really nasty sounding old woman now. So towards the end of her career, she had more success than she ever did before the cancer.
Yeah. Well,
she was she was what was one of the voices she did? Because I remember she did a big one. Was it E.T.? What was one of them she did? Shanatsky, hello, you there?
Let's see. Throw Mama from the Train.
Oh yeah,
I remember that.
She was a character. It's just I say Goonies, the mother in Goonies.
Yeah,
the gangsters, because that's the most immediately.
I love that film.
Yeah,
and once again, Robert Davey and what's his name from Daredevil. That they are fucking Daredevil movie are so good to get. Pantaleone.
Yeah.
Joey Pants.
Those two, Joey Pants. Those two are so fucking good together. Him and Davey. They are, or Davy, however you want to pronounce it. that was one of the best parts of that movie is those two fucking going at each other during the movie. I would just giggle.
You can definitely buy their brothers, but Joey Pants is just talented because you could put him into almost any situation and he works. I mean, to me, he was one of the
he is one of the best parts of Daredevil.
Oh yeah. He's also one of the best parts of the Matrix.
Yeah, because he ends up being a turncoat. He was a Benedict Arnold in the film.
Oh, Cyrus.
Good film. Yeah,
Cyrus?
I like that whole speech about the steak.
I know it's not even real, but it tastes amazing.
Ignorance is a bliss.
I want to welcome John Apocalypse is here. Parrothead, our good friend. If I didn't already say it, but I think I did. Peter Vickman Fanside is here too.
Cool.
And of course, Cobra Con 007 is here.
We almost got one, Bill. We almost got one.
It came like twice. It's come so close 2 times. But with Richard Donner being gone now, how do you do it?
Yeah.
You know.
And Anima, that's why we can't be friends.
Well, let's see.
What did she say?
The script for Lethal Weapon 5 was completed.
She hates Goonies.
And Davi's awesome, man.
And apparently that's being done because Donner basically made Mel Gibson promise that he was going to get that movie done one way or another.
Yeah, and Mel's going to direct it, is what I heard. He's going to direct it as well as co-star in it. By the way, this is for Anima.
This town needs an enema.
So, and
I actually got to take off.
This one's for you, Brandon. Brandon, this one's for you, so you can't leave yet.
You're reading a magazine. You come across a full-page nude photo of a girl.
Is this a test to determine whether if I'm a lesbian, Mr. Deckard?
I'm curious if you are.
Well, in that case, yes, I am a lesbian. I am attracted to women.
Yay!
You're in
Yay!
lesbian with them.
But anyway, you got to go, Brandon.
Yeah, I got to get some food. I'm getting ready to start a watch party. We're going to be watching episode 1 of Hellsing Ultimate and episode 1 and 2 of Ghost in the Shell Standalone.
Yeah, you mentioned that during the show. By the way, before you go, tell everybody what your show is about today, and let's share that link out, Martin, to his channel.
Yes. Well, today. Oh, go ahead, Chinosky. Go ahead.
No,
No,
I
that
wasn't
was
saying
Martin.
anything.
Yeah, it was
Oh,
Martin.
okay. Oh, I thought someone was saying something. But okay.
Yeah, Martin said, "What?
What?
He's like, what? What do you need me to do?"
Yeah. So today was the first day of the of the new month for me. So this month we're focusing on back to school and sports. So we talked about Assassination Classroom, which I just realized on my front cover I spelt assassination wrong. It's assassination Neo or assassination NO. Anyways, Assassination Classroom was one that we talked about. My Hero Academia, which has season 6 coming up here starting in October. Then for the Strictly School, Uzaki-chan Wants to Hang Out, which is a lot of fun. And for the sports, we talked about Tomorrow's Joe, also known as Ashinta no Joe. Going into the Wayback Machine a little bit, but all of them are great animes, great manga. Be sure to watch them, read them, and come check out the conversation had with Gary and Keith about it. Plus, we also dived into preservation of physical media and just general life tips for how to
Yeah, see, I missed that.
to how to
'cause
survive.
I had to come do our show.
I said a
love-
random thing and it became something bigger.
You can
Yes.
sub to Brandon over at youtube.com/C/Brandon T or Brandon the Anime Guy. One word.
Yes.
And go check that channel out, sub to it, because Brandon puts out good shows, man.
Very
Yes.
good.
Thank you very much.
And
Anyways, gentlemen.
and you should watch his show before you watch ours. It's the lead in. So
Yep, that it is. Normally we don't go for 2 hours, but today was special, so it turned into a 2-hour
it's-
special.
You know, you get a black guy on the channel, and you got to keep him because it's like magic.
Yes,
Keeps you from getting
very
canceled.
much so.
I love how you just said Keith is your magic Negro.
I did not say those words, but the fact is I wouldn't use that word in that context. I would use it only in referencing to certain things.
Yep.
And just in case, yes, Mom, I hope you're having a good morning. I hope everything's going well for you and Dad. And
yes, we are really Keith's friends.
And these are really my friends.
So. And Gary got dropped on the head when he was a baby. So don't take it against him.
It's true. My brother Steven dropped me on my head.
I knew.
As a baby.
So yeah. All right, everyone. You all take care, and it'll be on Discord. Just go to my community page. If you haven't already joined the Discord server, you can do it there. I do plan on having future watch parties be part of the membership benefits, but today's the freebie. It's the first one that you get in order to get you hooked.
And if you don't like Discord, you're probably a friend of mine because I hate Discord.
Yeah, well, Discord is a pain in the ass, but it's the easiest pain in the ass.
You're ignorant, Gary. We already know that. So,
all right, everyone. You all have a great day.
His accent
and
gets so thick I couldn't understand him.
Yeah,
I'll see you later.
You all take care now. We'll see you,
buddy. Yes, Real Wade Nation. Hey, buddy.
So, what is our topic?
What? Wait,
well,
I'm
I
not
wanted
awesome?
to eventually get to Geekosity now that Keith is here. So
Yes.
I've been waiting for this opportunity to go to Geekosity. And let's check out some stories over there. Let me open up share screen. Share screen. Chrome tab, select Geekosity, and turn off volume.
Yeah.
Share. So we see over here, first rumor on the page is Michael B. Jordan returns to Black Panther franchise, written by Joylyn Francisco. Nope, she's still putting that one in there. That one. That's the one that throws all of us. And you know what? I know I don't feel bad anymore since Mikey Sutton says I can't pronounce that name either, and I'm from the Philippines. So there you go. Michael B. Somebody just joined us. It's Nathan. What's up, you ginger fuck? What's going on?
Saturday mornings. I'm trying to come in more often. It's just been difficult, but I had to jump in because you just started talking about what I wanted to talk about.
Yeah, there we go. Here we go. Good seeing you, buddy. We got Michael B. Jordan will reportedly be back for 2 more secret MCU projects after Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, according to giant freaking robot. Fuck those guys. Michael B. Jordan shot scenes for Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. Granted, Killmonger died in the first movie. However, Phase 4 successfully established the multiverse and variant timelines. In other words, anything can happen. Specifically, a character can have multiple versions. Moreover, different actors can control that's the dumb part. That's not how multiverses work. That different actors can play the same character. That's just laziness. The presence of the Talokan Society itself indicates a path for Killmonger, aka Nijadaka. I have trouble pronouncing that dude's name, that character's name. To get back into the world of the living, as shown in the Disney Plus series Moon Knight, which it was horrible show. The afterlife has many versions. Thus, it depends on the culture and beliefs of the one entering it. For example, the goddess Taweret mentioned that Wakandan's mythical Green Valley is one of such afterlife versions. So Moon Knight was able to return from his afterlife. So he may be entering into the Talokan afterlife after they buried his remains in the ocean. That may explain why Namor has quite an interest in Wakanda. He may even have a vindictive disposition if he knows about the place through his point of view. So there you go. It's, I don't know. This is a rumor. I think it's an interesting rumor. What do you guys think?
Well,
Do you
I
remember-
figured they would have to have him back in there because with the loss of
Bosman, yeah, or
Chadwick
Boseman.
Boseman. They really don't have a male lead for star power.
They could, but they refuse
Yeah.
to go down that direction.
Yeah,
So-
which would be recasting.
And they should have done that. To be honest with you, most fans agree that they
Well,
should have just recast the character.
I get the fact that everybody was very emotional because they were all, really good friends with him. But look, even if they don't do it, that will happen. If Marvel in the future decides they want to continue with that character, because there is a huge reboot coming for the MCU eventually. And so they're going to have to recast all the major roles anyway. So,
all right, Nathan, you jumped on. What do you got to say on this shit?
No, it's because I remember when Death of Superman happened. It was like the biggest thing ever across the country. And now it's just like, it's multiverse. So anyone can survive at any time. Bring him back. If you can't get back the actor, you can bring back the character in some other multiverse.
Yeah, and they didn't use the multiverse, though, which I liked. I liked what they ended up doing. They also started new Supermen. And Keith and I have said time and time again that one of the greatest creations that came out of the Death of Superman was Steel.
Yep.
And we have yet still
to see
gotten a good adaptation of Steel.
Was that technically the first black superhero? Or was it Meteor Man? I can't remember.
No, you go all the way back to the 70s. You had he was called Green Falcon and then just the Falcon. And that was absolutely my favorite comic in the 70s.
Luke Cage.
Oh, if we're talking like, of the two big comic book companies, that would be Black Panther, 1966.
Oh yeah, I was talking about the films though. How they made a big deal about Black Panther.
I guess Mantis. I mean, Mantis was
but Shaquille O'Neal, his movie, don't count.
Wasn't
that was horrible?
Wasn't Blank Man before Meteor Man?
No. Hold on. Let me double check. Meteor Man.
Was Shaquille O'Neal really the hero of Steel, or was it the wheelchair lady? Because she seems to be
wheelchair
the one
lady. Because it's part of that whole formula that they had back then. Oh, we can't have people of color that are actually smart. You can't have them as doctors. You can't have them as engineers. Even though
Meteor Man came first. Meteor Man came first by 1 year.
That was who his character was. He was an engineer, but we have to have the woman in the wheelchair be the smart one.
Mantis was the smart guy, if I remember right.
They took that.
In the
that
original
was the pilot.
film, he was.
But in the series, they replaced him with actor Roger Reese.
Yeah, we can't have no black man being smart.
Yeah, they did that. They did that originally.
You got to get a white guy in there being smarter than him.
It had to be a white guy in a wheelchair that actually created all the technology.
But wait a minute, Hollywood is forward thinking, Keith.
And
they
Fox
always
did that.
are on the right side of history with portraying people of color and gender.
Fox did that. That was part of the requirement of getting the show accepted, because what we saw, the movie, that was the pilot. And
Sam
negotiating in order to get that negotiated, Renaissance Television had to acclimate to certain things that Fox wanted to do, Fox Television.
And I'm going to tell you something. A lot of people don't know this. If not for that, we would have never gotten Hercules and Xena.
Yep.
Because the money they made off of that is what led to them, building a plan for television.
Yep. So there's a lot of weird stuff that goes on in the history of Hollywood, especially with comic book characters, And again, a lot of the Walter Hamada fans have yet to answer my big question. If he was so forward thinking, how come he never greenlit the Static movie? How come he never greenlit the actual black superhero Superman that they did have, which was Icon?
And what I get so tired of with black heroes in superheroes is they always have to be an angry black man who is misused by a policeman. It is such a fucking ridiculous trope. Be done with it. Stop doing it.
I was going to say in Falcon and Winter Soldier, they had the older super soldier. I can't remember his name. And I was like, that sounds like a cool story. I mean, but I'm hoping, let me put it this way. It would be great if Marvel actually did a mature series. Daredevil exists and everything right now is all famified.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. The actual comic book that storyline comes out of is called The Truth.
John, you would fucking know the answer to that question. I was waiting to see who was going to fall for that fucking bait. You fell for it. Because if you don't notice, I actually pay attention what's going on sometimes over there in that chat. And I'm like, Six was setting you up, dude.
That's fine.
Six is a very dirty woman, and I love her for it.
Yes, we love Six. Six, by the way, hi. I thought she was going to come on the show, but I guess she's just going to hang out in the chat and fuck with people. And I just saw somebody else come in. Alex Moore. Alex Moore is here. Good morning. Did I get everybody?
Kingsport is arriving.
Oh,
Kingsport Cal. Yeah, buddy, you're here. All right. It's good to see you guys. Good to see you guys. But anyway, let's get to this second story.
Create Vodka Man. We need more Russian heroes.
Florida Man. There you go.
Blank Man. I'm sorry, Batman. You can't see it. I've got the tab open for Blank Man because I looked up the dates, and I looked right up at it when I meant to say Batman, and saw Blank Man, and I said Blank Man.
Stop right there. Stop right there.
Dude, Ben Affleck in Blank Man 2. He takes the cowl from Blank Man.
Look at this comment and look at the incredulous look of Batman.
He's like, you want to put what in where? That's the look he's got right there. You want to put what in where? This is written by our good friend Kieran Bug, who we have tried time and time again. He even bought a microphone and a camera just to join us. And that was like 8 months ago. And he's still not been on the show one time. Kieran is a very good friend of mine. I love the guy. Kieran wrote this article. Ben Affleck will have a larger role in Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. In fact, per YouTube personality Sil Abdul, don't we know that guy? I think we know Sil Abdul, don't we?
I may have seen him someplace.
Yeah.
Oh, I saw him at the last meeting. He was sitting on the other side of Denzel.
Oh, the black guy meeting. Got you.
Yeah,
okay. Yeah. Sil is a very good friend of ours, and he has been doing a really good job of he's got his own insiders now, and Mikey likes that. He's growing up. I'm a big boy. Anyway, Ben Affleck doesn't appear in a post-credit scene. Rather, he shows up sooner than that, is what Sil has scooped. Last month, Abdul scooped that Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom added Affleck. We covered his report on July 28th. The next day, Aquaman star Jason Momoa confirmed it himself. And that was a fun video. Because, like, you rarely see videos of the tour trams going around and a movie star fucking popping out and talking to him and interacting with him. And they did it in that video. And he's dropping fuck bombs right in front of families. It was great. Jason Momoa is a bomb diggity yo. After all, Ben Affleck's Batman is an integral part of the Snyderverse. The announcement excited a fan base upset by Henry Cavill's no-show at San Diego Comic-Con, which we talked about ad nauseum yesterday. They viewed this as another step towards the restoration of the Snyderverse, and they're correct. Momoa and Affleck are now the DCEU's Tom Holland and Mark Ruffalo, even though Tom Holland and Mark Ruffalo are not Tom Holland and Mark Ruffalo. This was because Mark Ruffalo's a fucking idiot. Jesus Christ, Tom Holland's great. Why pick Mark Ruffalo, for God's sakes? This was some much needed good press for the movie after all the recent drama and Mara actress Amber Heard. Her role in the sequel is currently still in flux. Rumors continue to spread that Warner Brothers Discovery possibly replaced Heard already. Furthermore, there's the possibility it's Emilia Clarke. On the other hand, neither has been confirmed. Still, Warner Brothers Discovery has ordered changes to the movie Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom as it is evolving. Affleck could actually have a supporting role in the movie. On this channel is what Abdul said. Quote, Batfleck's appearance in Aquaman 2 is not just some post-credit scene, or currently it's not just some post-credit scene at all. So there must be some sort of supporting role or cameo for Ben Affleck in Aquaman 2. And I think it's a good idea because they do have a good on-screen presence with each other.
Yes.
It would make more sense to have him appear as a supporting character. This gives the movie more connectivity with the rest of the DCEU, which will get fans more excited. Warner Brothers Discovery have stated that restructuring DC in their top priority with a 10-year plan now in place. This is something nobody has done. Right there. This is the first time we're seeing that outside of Marvel. And Marvel's got fucked up. You know, I mean, when you see Kevin Feige apologizing for Phase 4, you know he shit the bed. He knows he shit the bed.
Mm-hmm.
But once again, temper that excitement, because the person who made Phase 4 is still in charge for Phase 5. So just, I'm not telling you not to get excited. I'm just telling you temper it, because there's a lot of stupidity going on within Disney Marvel. A lot.
Well, they did so bad in shitting the bed. Even Amber Heard was like, "Man, that's pretty."
Yeah, man. Stop talking about me. Talk about Marvel. God.
I predict they'll apologize for Phase 5. If they get their shit together, it'll be by the time Phase 6 is nearly over.
No, Shinotsky, you're look. Disney has some bills coming up that they really need to pay off.
Hold on, let me put you center screen here, because I feel that you're about to lay down some pearl of wisdom or something.
Phase 5 is important because it's what you can talk about, but the actual physically actually doing it will really depend on how much money Disney is able to come up with in order to pay off all its creditors. Okay. Phase 5 really is the last chance for what all you people out there really enjoyed of the MCU. Okay. Since Phase 1. And if that doesn't work, we're gonna have to reboot it, because look, how many people do you think actually decided to come back after the end of Endgame? Because I'm telling you, not that many showed up. Given the way a lot of these films that they ended up coming out with, the few that were in theaters, and given a lot of the Disney Plus offerings, while they have been successful, if even half the people that showed up for Endgame showed up for a lot of the Disney Plus stuff, you would have had the kind of advertising that Disney would have put out there proclaiming this to be the greatest thing that's ever been televised. And that didn't happen. They have problems. Kevin Feige knows they have problems. Okay. So they need to get on this, and they need to start correcting things, or else Phase 5 will be the end of everything they're trying to do. Okay.
Yeah.
They'll have to redo everything. That's the reason why I think you're hearing rumors about Chris Evans coming back. That's some desperate stuff. Okay. Yeah. And if they can't make it work, they will be recasting everything.
I completely agree with you.
No,
Keith.
it's going to get even worse than that. You know what they're going to eventually do? They will bring Robert Downey Jr. back to reboot things. They will Star Trek 09 this shit.
I don't think they have to do that much. And the thing about Robert Downey Jr. is he's not like a lot of these other stars. Whoever his agent is should permanently be on Robert Downey Jr.'s Christmas list.
Oh, yeah.
Because, I mean, they got him paid. They can't afford Robert Downey Jr.
Plus that percentage that he got, which they wouldn't agree to anymore.
I think the only other person in Hollywood that's done a trick like that is Tom Cruise. If you heard about what he's getting because of Maverick and Top Gun, I mean, Paramount wanted to.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. That's Harrison Ford level stuff. Look, I need to say hi to some people. I've got to say hi to some people because our chat is important. Real Wade Nation, greetings, man. Kingsport, Cal, of course. Brett Cohen is here. Fletcher Williams, and somehow somebody popped into our chat and our show, and I don't want to miss
it.
Hello.
It's La Adelita, the Divergent.
It only took you 2 hours, Thierry. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. It only took you 2 hours to acknowledge.
How are you doing, La Adelita? How are you doing today?
I'm good. Better since I saw the stream without all of the gunk that's usually on here coming out of Gary's mouth.
Wow, it's so nice to you, and then you shit all over me, La Adelita. I don't know what.
Well, that's why I'm here. So.
She does it because she likes you.
Exactly.
Here we go. I'm going to share this.
That's my apprentice right there.
Share screen. And
We
we've
embarrass Gary because we like people like you, Alita.
First of all, you can't embarrass me. There, nobody can embarrass me.
Mm.
Seriously, I can say the worst shit on this planet that you guys would go, I would never go there. I'll go there. So fuck you on that idea. Absolutely interesting here. Beverly Hills Cop Axel Foley set photos show Eddie Murphy's return. Now that does not look modern. That looks like an old photo. So
That's Beverly Hills Cop.
there we go. Now that's older Eddie right there. Oh, and there's a tranny he picked up to drop off.
Oh, ouch! He went there.
Ow!
I was just trying to give her a ride home, motherfucker.
What? She's not transvestite hooker.
You got to look for the shadow over here, right there. There will be shadow right there. So Eddie Murphy wears his character signature jacket on set of Beverly Hills Cop sequel. Man, look at that neck. He is that. I don't know what to think. He's starting to look like 48 Hours too. Eddie Murphy here.
He's been trying that for years now, and I'm wondering if he's got a percentage on the Netflix, or if Netflix was the only one that would try it for that budget that they want the script for.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's a good question, but we're not really getting much of a story here. Just photos.
Is the other guy back? Is the other guy back in the movie as well? His partner, the white.
Judd Nelson.
Yeah, that one.
Judd Nelson.
No, he's Wesley Judd
Beverly
Nelson.
Hills Cop adds Joseph Gordon-Levitt. That's interesting. Philip Page.
Oh, God.
The one thing I'm curious about is if they're going to get a guy that I've known since high school that was in all three of the previous films, playing the sweet, nice guy. That his politics have really kind of screwed his career up. No, it's Judge Reinhold.
Yeah. Reinhold. Okay.
I went to high school with him, and because we got all excited back in the 70s and 80s, man, because both of them, both he and W.K. Stratton went to our high school, and we knew Stratton's parents and his whole family, but Judge is somebody I actually met and knew in school because we were in drama club together. I was a freshman, he was a senior, and when he graduated, he went and got all this work. He was on Magnum PI, and he appeared on screen with W.K. Stratton, both James Monroe High School alumni. Same scene. It was like, what the fuck? Fredericksburg all over Magnum PI's pilot. That was awesome. But I don't think he's going to be back. I have money. I'm betting we won't see him again unless Eddie Murphy just loves him so much that he has to come back. Because Hollywood doesn't want to deal with him. He's like, what's his name? The other actor from Independence Day that went nuts.
I think Eddie likes him a lot. So
Randy Quaid. Randy Quaid.
Randy
Quaid
is crazy. He's cray cray.
Yeah, I just said that. He's fucking out of his mind.
Yeah, he is so cray cray.
Well, Cruise fought for Kilmer to be in Top Gun, so
that's
maybe
for
Eddie's
you.
got some sway.
Put that back up. That was for you, Adelita. Right there. That message is for you. That's from 6.
Yes. I plan on it.
Amber Heard, Gary's life.
Yes. Yes.
Oh my God. I love you guys. I don't know why. I don't know why.
I don't.
Nathan, I know why. We have
something
history. Nathan and I. He helped me build a fucking community. Remember that shit, Nathan?
That's back when it was
built the Blade Runner community online with the Blade Runner Roundtable. I mean, and you and I were all in there. Gary was in there. Gary.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, my name is Gary Willoughby. I'm from Ohio. And I co-run Blade. Now I took it over. Fuck Gary. Other Gary. The one that looks like Jerry. Fuck him. He's still one of
Gary,
my best
I
friends.
remember when you would get drunk and you would beat Delita, even though you've never been in the same room together.
Don't even joke about the motherfucker.
Yeah.
What the hell's wrong with you?
What?
Jesus Christ.
You're Amber hurting Gary.
Nathan, are you here for your 6-month friendship check from Gary?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got a punch card ready,
Well, you know what?
What do I get for free?
I would rather owe you all my life than cheat you out of it.
Hey, for the stray thread on the Affleck thing is I'm hoping that whatever his parts are, he's not just becoming the tech costume guy that sits in the background and supports all the other characters.
Fuck you, Bill Barkley. I know you're triggering me. Stop it. And you too, Six.
I have that same hope, Nathan.
Is
I
Bill
hope he's not
Barkley
just going to
Doomcock?
Now, I kicked Doomcock's ass on Twitter over that. And then he invited me on his show. And of course, I took my +1, which was Keith. And he talked over me the whole show. And I'm like, fuck it. I'm just going to sit here and enjoy being on Doomcock's show. He would not. Anytime I would explain to him why his idea of him being a replicant is stupid, he'd just go, whatever. And he would just talk over me. And I'm like, oh, well, I just gave up. And I just sat there and enjoyed being on Doomcock's show. It was fun. And I like Doomcock. I really do. He's one of my favorite channels. It takes a lot of getting used to with him because he's a character. He's playing a character talking about real stuff. And it's kind of like you have to be able to, it's sort of like, and you understand this more than anybody, Nathan, as an artist, you have to be able to, it's like when I'm drawing on a drawing pad, a tablet, handheld tablet, and looking at screen, I have to be able to separate where my hand is to what's going on the screen. I have to make that connection in my head. Yeah, fuck you with a pencil. Oh my God, you son of a bitch. You would betray me with a pencil. I use a pencil too.
No, I know. I totally get you.
Yeah, you got to be able to do that connection in your head between your hand no longer being here, it's up on the screen. You make that connection. And that's what when you've got a guy playing a character talking about real world stuff. Because Doomcock is a character that he created. All those people, he does all their voices.
Well, that's like Peter Sellers or Stephen Colbert or something that play a character.
Yeah,
is a character.
But imagine them doing news and scoops and shit. And
you mean like Mr. Rogers?
But Mr. Rogers was real. Shut up.
Saint Rogers.
It's bad enough. You could have Paul Salmon, who's your friend, on explain, like, I was there on the set when there were the arguments going around. I saw this. It's like, yeah, sure.
Anima, shut up, Anima.
I mean, that's part of the beauty of the film is that it's open-ended to interpretation without being a heavy hammer.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that kind of annoys me about the whole Deckard is a rep or not, like, fights, is that the whole point is that, is he? The question is a lot more interesting than any actual answer is. Because it goes into, well, what makes us human? What separates us from a replicant? Whereas if there's a definitive answer, I don't know why Americans hate ambiguity in movies.
What do you mean?
Because
Nathan got my joke. Nathan got my joke. So pretty. He got me. He knew it was what I was doing immediately. Ambiguity. What do you mean?
So a punch card, huh?
It's like, God damn it. Okay, you did get me back. Bravo, sir. I will accept my lumps from an abuser.
But DCEU stuff with Cavill possibly, coming back or something, and then there's that rumor that he's showing up in Marvel and that he's attached to Highlander.
Yeah, see, I Denzel and him being at Marvel is that scoop that came out yesterday, or rumor. I have big doubts on that. Everybody else that was listed, yeah, but Denzel, I have my doubts absolutely. And Cavill has got his hands full with DC right now because it is happening. It's real, and he is back. I don't know why they haven't confirmed it, because this is coming from every fucking orifice over at Warner Discovery.
Did they cancel Fandom to minimize
we talked about it yesterday, and what I think happened here is it's a two-part reason. One, I don't think they're ready, and I think it's a mistake not being ready. They should have been. I think that it was the fuck up at San Diego Comic-Con that confirmed the death of that Courtney marketing lady over at Warner, because that was a huge fuck up, San Diego Comic-Con, letting Deadline scoop that story on Cavill and ruining Brian. It ruined it. It ruined the Comic-Con for Black Adam and The Rock. It completely overshadowed what he was doing. Huge mistake. The marketing should have, Warner Brother Discovery should have fucking stopped that story in its tracks. And by letting it overshadow, nobody gave a shit The Rock was there in costume. I mean, my God, he's standing there right in front of you in his costume. And what is everybody talking about?
He got upstaged by someone that wasn't there.
Yeah, not even going to be there. That was absolutely made up. I believe that Hamada and Sarnoff and Toby Emmerich absolutely colluded with Deadline on that story. They absolutely did, and they still are colluding with them. Including actually with all of the major Hollywood rags.
Now realize they did that to Dwayne Johnson. That should help to explain how you can sign someone and then not do anything with them for years before they get their movie. How do you sign someone like The Rock and then just let it sit?
Fuck you, Marshall. That's not what you said, fucker.
Somebody made a good point about The Rock is that he just plays himself.
I said it yesterday. I said, look, you've got actors that are called actors, but in real life, they're movie stars. And they can only play, like I tell people, look, I love each one of these guys. I love Keanu Reeves. I love Ryan Gosling.
Ryan Reynolds. Harrison Ford,
primo, number one, biggest movie star of the 20th century, man. That guy could not fucking act. The one time he had to act was in that fucking movie, What Lies Beneath. It was the turn in the plot when you find out he's the serial killer. He's the murderer. The ghost has been trying to tell her all along. And when he slowly, she's like front camera. And then he comes in behind her, on the other side of the camera, smiling like a maniac, right? No, it looks like Harrison Ford as Indiana Jones or Han Solo, smiling, and he kind of laughs. And you're like, I did this in the movie theater. Oh, I'm sorry. Was that supposed to be scary? That is not scary. That is fucking Harrison Ford smiling. Complete failure. Because that's a good movie.
Except he pretty much always plays himself. I think Sabrina and
all these
Jackie
actors,
Robinson were the only
every single fucking character that all those actors have played are themselves because they are stars, and that's what we want from them. Harrison Ford is the everyman. He is the average guy. He has that shit down.
That's the same DNA that Robert Downey Jr. had to the MCU, which the MCU needs now, without demeaning and familyizing stuff.
Yeah, and I got to tell you, Ryan Reynolds, he suffers from the Robert Downey Jr. syndrome with the comedy. He's what do they call them? Downies? Is that it? I'm just fucking around making up shit, and I'm surprised that Lolita is like not cussing me out for it.
Not yet. She's got her red pen out. She's marking stuff off.
Marking shit down. I'm gonna fucking cancel you, Gary, you motherfucker.
She's writing a paper on you.
I'm recording you right now. Look, I'm so. I don't think anybody will ever bother canceling me because I don't care. It's like, what's the point? I don't care.
Hey, as long as
I'm just having fun, trying to get all my friends to have a good time doing a show.
And that's all this is about. One of those cards for the hole punches because how does he get one and I got?
No, that was in the 90s, dude. Now it's all digital. He has one of those 90s cards because we've been friends since 1997.
Well, it can also literally be a punch card. If we lived next to each other, you'd give me a good punch card.
Hey, can you punch my card? Like right to the card into the face. But another example, Street Fighter Assassin's Fist has two actors who perfectly portray Ryu and Ken. They aren't great actors, but they're charming and likable and have great martial arts skills. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that Fox kid, not Edward Fox, but
Edward Fox is an actor.
Edward Fox is an actor, but what is that kid's name? He's no longer a kid, but that's what I call him. Street Fighter the movie. So yeah,
Fox is amazing, and I love Black Flag, man.
Oh, if you want a fun
Friday
one, actually,
ain't got nothing to do but sit back, drink me a couple of brews. TV party tonight. Yeah, fuck yeah, it's a great song.
Actually, if you want a good Street Fighter movie, Street Fighter 2, the animated movie, is great. Like the animation for the fights. Like,
welcome, Polly.
Hey, Polly.
Hey, Polly.
there's one fight with Chun-Li and Vega. It's brutal as all hell. See, literally, like, she takes a shower. She's all, basically in her underwear, and he just jumps on her, like, from the shadows.
Do you ever get the feeling sometimes like Shinatsky when he's talking is like on another stream, and we're just hearing him?
No, that's only you.
It's like, what the fuck's he talking about? No, I don't know what you're talking about. What are you talking about, Shinatsky? Please explain to me. I'm sorry, I didn't get it.
I said good Street Fighter movie because Street Fighter the movie, Street Fighter 2 the animated movie.
Oh yeah.
Okay, yeah. I know that one. I just felt like I was like in the wrong show for a second. Like, what are we talking about?
Who wants to go home and who wants to go with
Gary,
me?
that's your brain and your mind like separate temporarily.
Well, the problem is I get distracted by the chat. I'm looking over to see what they're saying. You'll see my eye when I go like this. I'm reading.
Alzheimer.
Stop it! If I'm looking at porn, it's over this way. This is chat, and that is porn.
He looks the other way. It's gay porn.
Sometimes it's also Anima sending me messages or something.
Damn, good 1-6. Nice one.
This is my.
If you don't know what your
Burns
are talking about, it's because you're only listening to yourself. I don't get that. I don't get it.
I think 6 just exists to remind us that however bad we think we go against you, no, we can go way farther.
No, you can go way dark with 6. Is just like she will fucking find the most sensitive thing that I'm most sensitive about, and she will fucking talk about it. And I actually have gotten irritated with her when she has said certain things, but then I'm like, shut up, Gary. It's okay. It's all in fun. And that's how I got used to it. Steven used to annoy me too when I first started dealing with him. Like, what the fuck are you? Shut up. But then I got, all right, yeah, I get it. It's all in fun. I don't take anything personally. I have no ego. I really don't. Because you guys can say, there's nothing that you can say about me that I haven't said worse about myself.
Actually, I thought you have an id, ego, and super ego.
Mm-hmm. I've got a lot of pride. Ego. Seriously, do you guys really think that of me?
I don't think anything about you.
Gary,
now, if I want to go for the jugular, I'd say
it was a psychology joke. Id, ego, and super ego. Psychology joke.
Thing? I don't get it.
If I want to go for the jugular, I just know what to say. William Shatner is a terrible actor, and you.
Fuck you! You're off the show.
Yeah, that's the nerve right there.
I got to tell you, man, nothing greater in this world than that fucking guy being alive right now.
Yes,
and being on the internet. And I keep trying to get people to fucking spread this around. #shatting on, because he shats on so many people, man. And it's William Shatner. It's a play on his name because and it is a word, shat, is the past tense of shitting. You shat. It is. It's a real word.
He is shatastic.
And that word just happens to be part of his name. Yep. It's like God gave us William Shatner for a reason.
Hey, he's in his 90s. Do you think he gives
any 90s, man? And that he's still going after people on Twitter. And his arguments are amazing. And it's like, or as David Spade would say, amazing.
He just wants to outlive George Takei at this point.
No,
look.
I think he wants to. I don't think he minds going before George because he'll haunt his ass.
Yeah. He'll just show up in his living room and do an impression of him. Oh my! That's my.
Whatever you do against Shatner, he will figure out a way to sabotage it.
I thought it was going to be a better joke than that. It was not good. Sorry, buddy. Let's see. Gary said I could shit on his chest for $5.
What?
Yeah, but I'm not paying you in advance. You got to do the shitting first. I mean, come on. I'm dumb, but I'm not stupid.
Evolving so fast.
Yes. Well, we're at the end of the show. This
The
is
longer
it. We're
we go,
done.
the lousier
Funny
the jokes.
thing,
Come on.
William Shatner has played my favorite Two-Face. You know what? It was fun. I wasn't sure about that Adam West, Burt Ward, Batman 66 animated films. I thoroughly enjoyed them. I really did. And finally bringing Two-Face into that world was awesome. The
And
only
not
thing
calling him False Face.
Yes, it was so fucking cool. Yeah, False Face, I think, was that replacement for Two-Face, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because they ran into rights issues. You know, kind of like Black Fulton. You do realize who that was a replacement for.
Yeah, Black Lightning.
That's right.
Yeah, I love it when comic makers name a character Black something and then have it be a black guy. That's not racist at all.
I never can figure that one out. It's black. Black what?
Now, Black Panther, I understood because they wanted to associate with the radical movement of the 60s. They were actually playing on that one. I get the marketing on that one, but anything after that, it's like, come on, man.
It's
Black Panther.
I'm sorry, I'm doing my Joe Biden. Come on, man. Come
it's
on.
the black guy.
Let's see, what was this? Polly, yes, he is here. He is in the chat. I love 66 too, but it is not an alternate universe of Batman. It is its own universe, period. Because, you know, look, I Marvel is trying to bring everything into one universe now and unify through the multiverse. And it's like, come on, man, some things need to be left out. Like animated X-Men being an actual universe. Yeah, look at the face Nathan is making right now. That's the right face. Yeah, it's like
just keep it separate, you know.
Yeah, it's okay to keep some things apart. You know, look, I don't know about you guys, but when I make a sandwich, I do not want mustard touching my mayonnaise. I put them separately. I separate them by the cheese or by the meat because they don't need to be mixing. That's just perverted. That's perverted.
I do.
Today's show brought to you by the word internet gas.
I do think they should have more superheroes with white in the front as well, you know, just for equality's sake. Though that may be a bit difficult if they ever decide to do that to Power Man.
We bring in Snowflake and Safe Space into it.
Yeah, I know, right? And by the way, I like this one a lot. I want to put it back up. Keith should write a superhero comic called Black Guy Adventures. We've talked about that, about having a show with him and his brothers doing, and it's just called Doing Black Guy Stuff.
Yeah, just doing what we normally do.
And I just think that'd be, I don't know, be nice little vignettes to put on the channel.
I mean, my favorite activity was playing Scare the White People. And I think we played the ultimate version of that when we were rolling right through Branson, just with the windows rolled down, just blasting the latest POC we could get. Because, you know, POC should be popular in Branson.
You got that fucking beat going. Everybody feels it. They can't even hear it. They feel it in their chest. Like,
Me against the
what
world,
is it?
baby.
What is it? Oh, it's bass in the other
against
person's
what?
car.
Hey, you know, do those two superheroes, do White Man and Black Man. And they're
well, that's the show.
What? Why should we? Dude,
Quantum
you're giving away our stick.
That's what we do. That is our show.
What
That's
are
why
we gonna
Keith and I get angry when we see other shows trying to copy what we do.
Down to what they wear on their head.
We're the first. You can stop that shit.
I mean, seriously, have you heard that story before? Somebody copied the show, our show, down to the black guy wearing a vest
and a hat
and the newsboy cat.
Yep.
Just like I was doing. I mean,
we looked at that. It's like, come on, man, you're not even trying.
I mean, I was flattered, but
different.
Come on.
Yeah. So, this is the end. This is the end. And we are going to wrap this shit up. I want to thank my buddy John for showing up, Das Wolfen. Most of all, I want to thank him for reaching under the table and touching my monkey. My partner in crime, Keith. You are awesome, dude. I can't imagine doing anything without you. It's weird when I do my shows without you, and I'm glad you're joining me in the mornings now. Nathan, sometimes I really do wonder why we're friends.
It's only from a long time ago. It's like prison mates or something.
Yes, it's like we're prison buddies. I want to thank Shinatsky for being here and always keeping an eye on us with his Eye of Sauron. I want to thank Spicy La Adelita for being here. It's so nice to see you. You're such a pleasant face on this show.
Thanks.
And then there's
Incredible.
the opposite of that. The antithesis of La Adelita is Marshall, also known as Boyan.
Marshall is the man.
And I want to get your physical reaction to what I said to Enema when I said, when I first heard his name, I was disappointed. I thought it just sounded like residue left by soup. Bouillon.
You're a funny guy, Gary. That's why I'm gonna.
Fuck you, guy. Fuck you.
That's why I'm gonna kill you last. You're a funny guy. That's why I'm gonna kill you last.
Oh shit! And Martin, who is the right side of my brain, I'm so grateful for him to be helping me on this show. I love you, buddy. I love you so much.
Well, it's glad to be of service.
And I don't know who is here. Is that Six?
It's me.
Yes.
Okay. I wasn't sure. I was like, Tom's popping in because he's usually busy this time of day. So how are you doing, Six? Thanks for dropping in last minute.
I just wanted to come in and give my outro.
Okay. Do you want to do it before I thank the chat, or do you want to wait till after I do the chat?
I'll wait till afterward.
Okay. I want to thank Dr. Dragon, Marshall, who's also on the show, Sox Bulletins, The Dork Knight, Penny, Dork Knight's mom, Alatar. That's right. We now know your secret identity, Dork Knight. You are the son of Penny. Alatar, La Adelita, who is also on the show, Anima Confusa, Bill Barkley, Lauren Worth, who is also right over there behind me.
Lauren
War Monkey, one of my three favorite monkeys now. Small Time Republic, AF Watcher 88. Tim's Talk was here. I didn't even catch that. Zax was here. Kyle. Pat S was here. Gap After Dark. That is the gap previously known as Between My Teeth. Nathan Cheever, who is also on the show. Keely. Nathan liked that when you see his face light up. Keely Chow, Monkey Jeebus, the second of my three favorite monkeys.
Say his name like you say it with the accent.
Here in Springfield.
Monkey.
Which one?
Monkey
Monkey
Jeebus.
Jeebus. Hello, Monkey. Thank you. Come again.
I love that.
Stone Pie Media. Brandon, the anime guy, who is just a really good friend, and I love his streams. Alex Moore. Dennis McCullough was here and had to leave, sadly. And so did Monkey Jeebus. I think he said he had to leave to go deliver some pizzas. So, and then, of course, Peter Vickman fan site. She's awesome. She's such a nice person. Let's see. Parrot Head was here. Love Parrot Head. He's one of the two people that make me laugh the most on Twitter. And him and I tell you, man, Sherry just fucking kills me sometimes. She will post the most fucked up memes in there, and I will just fucking I'm literally looking at it, laughing my ass off. I'm just like falling out of the chair, having trouble breathing. John Apocalypse, thanks for being here, man. Cobra Con 007 or 007. Six, also known as Jedi Six, and Sagarius Six. Is that the other name you go by?
Sagacious.
Sagacious. That's it.
Yeah.
What does that mean? I don't actually know what that means. It's a word
It means of keen mind.
Whoa. I'm doing Miss Bean. I didn't mean to. It's like, oh.
That's Gary's old face.
My old face.
Well, of course, because
our good
Gary
friend
is-
Real Wade Nation. I want to thank you, buddy. Look, man, Real Wade, God damn it, I can't get to it right now. Can somebody go look up Real Wade's YouTube channel for me? We need to promote him. He needs to get his numbers up. I think he only needs 8 more for him to monetize, I think he said.
Wow, that's awesome.
He needs more people subbing. And go to Real Wade Nation's channel, man. Sub, watch some of his videos. Then, of course, our good friend Kingsport Cal from Tennessee. My good friend Brett Cohen from Australia. He's Australian for beer, Brett Cowan. Thanks, mate. I'm so glad to see you. You were gone for a while, dude. Did you go to jail? Something happened to you? Fletcher Williams, thanks for being here, man. And of course, Paulie from Latino Slant. We're always grateful to see him. He's a wonderful, beautiful human being. And I like to tease him, but I don't want to. I fucking love that guy so much. Isn't that weird that I can fuck with all you guys, but I can't fuck with Paulie because I love him so much? That's weird. That's weird.
Oh, he's cool.
It's Gary.
I love Polly.
Gary, it's because you are the gay man.
Is that what it is, that I'm gay because he's the one who spotted it in me first and started the whole backdoor thing?
Yeah, you've got the gay
identity.
backdoor.
I'm like, yeah, he used his gaydar and caught me. I will say this: Polly absolutely has the worst Hollywood Mexican accent I've ever heard. Look, man, I've watched Cheech and Chong. Come on, dude. Come on, man. I love Paulie. He's so fucking awesome. And then Six, thanks a lot for being on the show. Thanks for popping in. So you streamed too early, mofo. Yeah, I know. I'm on the other side of the. Technically, he's in the future. You know that, guys, right? It's already tomorrow for him.
Yeah.
So did we die? Did I get canceled tomorrow?
Whoa! Forget that. What are the lottery numbers?
Exactly.
What are the lottery numbers?
What's the weather going to be?
Oh God, that cocksucker from Canada's here.
Whoop, whoop.
The numbers, Gary. What do they mean?
Yeah, I don't know. Hey, Kyle, how you doing, buddy?
Hey.
Hey.
Hi, Zax.
I love
Hey, guys.
that last video is really good, dude.
Good, you?
Oh, I'm doing great. I'm doing a show.
Hi, Six. Thanks, man.
Did she? I don't know if she heard you, Kyle.
Who?
I did. I said hi to him before he said hi to me.
Hello.
Oh, she's doing that thing.
So
She does
Gary's
that thing
trying
where
to
I
keep me out of
already said it to you. I don't need
off
to say
this
anymore.
stream because I talk over him just like that, and Six
Oh,
brought
I'm
me
fine
back
with
in.
that.
Talking
I'm fine
over
with that,
people is the power of the gay man.
Wow.
Here's to that.
Cheers to that.
And here's another one, and you'll like this one. Oh my God, we're even numbered now.
Look at that.
Poor Shanatsky.
Shanatsky, I'm watching you, Shanatsky.
I've been watching Marshall this whole time. He's eating. I'm so hungry.
What we have here.
Oh
He's a
yeah,
failure.
okay.
It's a full house.
Here we go. Here we go.
Oh, I see.
And
what
the
it
show's
is.
ending, and you guys start popping in to say hello. First of all, I want to go ahead and play this one because this one's great.
Do you know what nemesis means? A righteous infliction of retribution manifested by an appropriate agent. Personified in this case by a horrible cunt. Me.
I love that.
He has a pretty smile.
That's all you got out of that one. Okay, Six.
Sorry, Gary. I'm not gonna go on a date with you. I know you really want it, but
I'm always hitting on you guys. You don't
Gary's
seem to
never hit
understand
on me. Never once.
it. No. I'm gay.
That's all right.
I'm a gentleman with my female friends. Always will be. I would never offend any woman I'm friends with that
Definitely.
shit. But I will hit on the guys.
more
Right,
like
John?
gentle
Nathan
man.
didn't do it.
Hey, John.
John's just pushing the gay away. I'm sorry. You got me in a little gay corner, Gary.
Before we begin, would you like to touch my monkey?
Boys again. Would you like to touch my monkey? All right.
No, Gary. No, we don't want to touch your monkey.
Kyle,
Sure.
you are here.
Yes.
Six, you are here. Six, do you want to go first? Talk about what it was you wanted to come on for.
Yes, I wanted to come on because it's a fun environment being on this show. However, I did not want to talk about the Rings of Power, so I waited till the last possible minute so I could get out of talking about it.
Yeah, it's like we're done. I really, I got to be honest. I so don't want to. I'm sorry, Anima just sent me a message. So okay, I deleted that for a second. When you see me look this way, it's either porn or Anima. messaging.
You know, the best thing to come out of the Rings of Power, I spent most of the day Thursday with Fellowship of the Ring, just playing on repeat. And it made me so happy just watching it, just having that, just while I was like putzing around the house and doing laundry and stuff, just listening to that. It made such a nice environment for me.
Great
And
dialogue.
I'm so excited to reread The Lord of the Rings.
And you know what?
That's what my plans are.
My own experience.
I can hardly wait until the porn parody, the cock rings of power.
Well, like Script Doctor said, if it's a cock ring of power, at least that would serve some purpose.
It would serve a purpose.
You cannot see me, but I'm just with those other four guys. That's my expression right now.
Shanatsky, what did you think of watching the Rings of Power?
Turn it off. Turn it off.
That was Shanatsky.
Yeah, that was me 25 minutes in. The best way I describe it, Rings of Power is like going to an S&M club and forgetting your safety word.
Oh, man.
Some of us don't have safety words.
More shit done to you.
Nice
You're
one,
guessing the
John.
wrong words. All right, Kyle.
Yeah.
Wrap us out, man.
I just wanted to, my wife took my kid out to Walmart, so I thought I can jump on the show. And so that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, I
that's
know.
that easy.
Half the reason why you're not fun is because you're married with children.
It's a problem, Gary. It's a problem. I'm working on it, though. Yeah. I'm working on it. No, I'd like to be here more often, but during the day it's just tough. That's all.
I know, buddy. I'm glad to see you anytime I see you. And same with Six. You guys are so important to me. To every single person. Now, I'm going to tell you, Laudalita is new in my life. She's not important yet, but I really like her. She is really cool.
Thanks.
And I got a feeling that as long as I don't offend her, she's going to be a great member of this. And I hope I never do offend you, Laudalita. I really do.
I mean, I was just getting ready to say too late, but
Too late.
That's kind of part of being in here is you have to be able to take being offended. And
Yeah,
if you have to go
and have
away for
fun
a
with
little
it.
bit and lick your wounds, come back.
Oh, man, look, I'm going to tell you something. I wasn't kidding. You and Steven have said some shit to me over the time that I've known you, where I'm like, did she really mean that?
What did I say?
Oh, it's a long time ago. Don't worry about it.
Well, I'm not
'cause
worried
I'm a
about it.
literal
I just
person.
like to
I'm a
repeat
literal
my
person.
performance.
I am so literal that if somebody doesn't smile after they say something, I'm not totally sure they were joking. And it's part of the whole. I'm mildly on the spectrum. I know I am. But
The Last Jedi was the best movie I've ever seen.
Wow.
That's the thing with me, Gary.
Why would you say that? What a
I
horrible
never
thing to
smile
say.
with you.
Oh, he
And there's a
smiled.
smile.
He smiled. It was a joke. Okay. Oh, thank God. I was so fucking nervous. Because, we saw it at the same time and seemed to hate it at the same time.
Yeah, I know.
And you know what I hate about it? I went and watched it 6 fucking times, paying to see it 6 times because I'm a nerd, man. I've always supported Star Wars.
Even
and
I
thought,
couldn't do that.
And I'm watching it with Travis. I watched it with Travis twice. You know Travis, Keith.
Yeah.
Travis and I went to see it twice, and even he and I were like sitting there at a certain point. He fell asleep.
Lucky.
Travis fell asleep. I kept leaning over, waking up, going, "Is this bad or is it just me?"
Gary, when I said that I liked The Last Jedi, I lied.
I lied. Well, I'm glad you guys are all here. I hate ending this, but we will be talking in the after show. Anybody that is a member is welcome. I'm going to send the invite there. You can join us in the after show. So I am going to click the invite, copy to clipboard, and I'm going to send it to you guys in the chat group over on Twitter. So if you guys want to join us in the after show, please do. Anyway, we love you all. I'm so grateful to have the audience we have. You've helped us so much. I want to thank Polly again. You're amazing. Just one of these people I look up to. I really do. I look up to Latino slant Polly because he's such a sharp dude.
Always cool.
Yep. But Gary is a masochist. No, it's not true. I'm not.
Have you ever seen Polly with his shirt off?
No, I have not. But that sounds like something I would
have.
want to see because I'm so gay. How gay am I? I'm black.
Ooh, I don't know
Stop
about
fuck
that
with
one.
my avatar, Keith. There.
Time to end it.
Perfect.
So
Anyway.
the enemy of the gay man is the black man.
Someone please end the show.
Please.
I wish
Hey guys, thanks for watching Pop Culture Minefield. If you've enjoyed the
That is
show,
a fucked up
please make
ending.
sure
Thanks,
to like,
guys.
subscribe,
See you
and don't
next
forget
time.
to click
Anybody
the bell
like to join
icon
us
for
in the chat
updates
afterward?
on our
If
shows
you're members,
and
I'm
channel.
putting it in the group.
Also, please leave a comment. And
I'll
we'd
put
like
it
to
up
know
in the
what you
chat.
thought of the episode, as well as letting us know if there's something you'd like us to cover in a future episode. Don't forget that you can become a member of Pop Culture Minefield now. Make sure to visit our membership page and merch store at popcultureminefield.com. You can always find Pop Culture Minefield on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitch.
Jesus, you guys get down.
Abri, abri. That's all, folks.